Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. Hi to the music, Diana, Craig Dixon, Kenneth Blingsley, Carl Storm Brewer. I hope one of these I got to learn how to pronounce this. Miata girl, I haven't seen you. I remember because I think it's you, Miata. I remember I don't see anyone else with the Miata. It's because of the car. Miata. Okay, welcome everyone, and it's been a rough week. Well, yeah. Monday and Tuesday was quiet, but Wednesday on, it's been quite a bit. Hey, artist, I just saw a report. Please let me know, guys, if you saw it. I don't know if it's a report or I saw it on Blue Sky. I think that's where I saw it. There is a blurb on Blue Sky where the Mexican government is moving tanks to their capital. And the reason why I'm mentioning that, I don't know, well, I said it on my other show, I predicted in my other show that Canada, Mexico, and Central and South America would link arms, in Europe as well, and turn against us. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a movement right now to exclude us. They are trying to create an economic development zone with 700 million people, a market worth, of 700 million people, and we are excluded. That's number one. Number two, they are developing a military liaison as well. Hi, Susan Rotella. Thank you very much for adding us in the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. And I would not be surprised because when I predicted it, that all these countries would link arm, and countries in Asia as well, throughout the world, all our friends, they would link arm because of what's going on. We're basically turning on our friends and, adapt, trying to reach out to our enemies. And it feels like, to me, it wasn't only about the tariff. It's going to take other forms as well. But the main thing is they are all linking arm and excluding us, okay? And I feel this is only going to accelerate intuitively. That's my prediction. And it's going to start, it's scaring people in Congress and in the Senate already. The panic is going to get worse. And right now, I've read a blurb not too long ago that some senior senators are really alarmed, thinking, they think Trump is serious about attacking Greenland. I am sure they're going to do something to stop it, but that's a report that I read either last night or yesterday sometimes. I thought I would share that. But intuitively, I feel things are going to get a little scarier, but don't worry, hang in there, okay? Because the killing of Rene Good sparked something. I'm not surprised, but I simply did not know what was going to trigger it. What started this week, the protest, is going to continue. And I said a long time ago, or months ago, that there are going to be some incidents, okay, that are not going to be pleasant. And the way I feel, Stephen Miller, people with control issues and dictatorship or fascist tendencies tend to do the same mistake. Trump and Miller and Vought and company are repeating the same mistakes like the Ayatollahs are making in Iran. Papadok did the same thing. And that's how we basically and the Soviet Union. Okay, people protest. I mean, all those dictators, something happens and all hell breaks loose. But at first, they always think they can put it out. Intuitively, well, not intuitively, I don't think we've ever been, I'm not an expert in American history, but I've been here 55 years. Yeah, somewhere around 55. Oh, yeah, this past January. Well, this January. But yes, I don't remember a time like this. And it's, hi, Roland Condista, love Taro. Ever. Okay. And I feel this is going to continue for a while. Probably not with the same intensity, but at the same time, I don't feel we have reached the peak of people going out protesting. It's going to get worse. And Stephen Miller, like I said, is going to continue making the mistakes that dictators always make. Continue, trying to oppress or trying to scare people. It doesn't work. In fact, if anything, intuitively I feel that I'm saying what I feel can happen here. Like I've always said, we are in a country where people are armed to the teeth. This is the wrong approach. They can make a mistake and flag down the wrong car and things go south. That's basically intuitively I'm getting. I hope it doesn't come to pass. But intuitively I feel this is countdown for not only if Trump is not careful, this can end. And I don't know exactly what's going to trigger it. I wouldn't be surprised if, I know this is unprecedented in American history as well. Well, I've never heard of anything like this happen. I would not be surprised if they continue trying to scare people the way I am seeing some TikTok video on YouTube and on social media. You see, intuitively I feel people don't have to be participating on those protests to get angrier and angrier. And we have a lot of people who are not completely well or are not very well upstairs. And they can do things because they are angry. It can work on both sides. But my prediction is there's potential for something really bad to happen, that this will pale in comparison. And the notion that Miller is dreaming that he can control and scare people, I've never thought, I don't see Americans giving up their freedom because somebody's going to try to scare them. That's my prediction. In fact, if anything, this can get really, really bad. I hope, I pray I'm wrong. Okay? And I've said this before. I simply did not know what would trigger those reactions from the public. But if Miller, with the level of hatred that I've seen every time he goes on, I see a clip of him on CNN or on Fox, the level of hatred that I get that I feel from him towards, well, not only that, but you don't even have to sense it. If you look at his old videos from high school, the venom this guy has against people who are different from him, it feels like to me he won't stop at anything And that's going to be this is going to provoke a very bad reaction from somebody in the public, an American. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope they come to their senses and use a better approach. But every time we see videos like that, people get angrier and angrier. The people who are not well balanced, who have, like I shared with you guys once, in the next town over. In fact, it was West Palm Beach. The police stopped the guy, and oh my God, they found 3 automatic rifles in his car and a number of guns. So these type of people are running around. You don't know what can happen. But I feel what Stephen Miller and Norm and company are doing, they can trigger something worse than what we're seeing right now. I hope I'm wrong in my prediction, but that's my prediction. Having said that, today's Saturday, so please feel free to ask personal questions, pet questions, loved ones who have crossed questions, political questions, whatever you have. This week, as far as celebrities, I've been so busy with watching the development of what's going on, and we're in a good situation. I haven't had a chance to look at anything else. Oh my God. Somebody passed. I just went on Bob Weir, the guitarist and founding member of the Grateful Dead, has died. I guess it happened today because I would have heard about it. Yikes. Okay. I think that's the only passing this week. I remember when I was growing up, well, not growing up, but in the 70s, Grateful Dead was a big one. I'm sure it's still a big deal, but yeah. Okay, let me see if there are some questions. Let's see. Fallon 3136 said, I read the ICE Gestapo who murdered her had a Filipino immigrant wife. Yes, he does. Who left him? No, I think they're still together. Had kids and not sure who has them. I'm not going to argue with you, but yes, you're right. I don't know if they are separated. Okay? It's possible. Because if you see the way he behaved, guys, it takes, something has to be, well, according to what people are saying about him, he's super conservative, he's a MAGA, and he believes in there's a guy where you marry a woman, okay, who is like a subservient to you. I don't remember the acronym they have for it. But the woman is like, not even your partner. Just there. Okay, there is some kind of group like that in this country. I've never heard of them until today when I was reading about him. But I had thought about that when I heard he was married to a Filipina, because they can, depending, you can find one that's subservient. You can mistake their goodness for weakness, because a lot of those women, just like in Haiti, a lot of Haitian women, they grew up watching their mom, how they treated their dad. They carry on the same thing, they cook and everything. If they have a guy who doesn't understand, my wife is doing too much, I got to jump in and help, or if you don't want to, you can afford it, you hire help to help her. Or the person doesn't have to stand up in front of an oven at the end of the day to feed everybody in the family because she works as well. So But these women, they do these things. Okay, someone can enter if you don't know, or if you're an insensitive husband, you can mistake that as weakness and or something else. You know, so that's the thought that occurred to me. If this guy has a woman in his life, I don't think she's happy because of the way he walked around. I mean, the release of the tape of the video where she said, "I don't hate you, man," you know, or "I don't have anything against you," or something to that effect, has humanized her to the point there's nothing that can be said that would help Jonathan Ross, I believe his name is. Okay. It's really bad. So I wasn't surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised if she left him. I'm not getting that. Well, the reason why I don't try to second guess anybody using my gift is because, I mean, it's in print, or if you read it, I'm not, like, okay, take it for gospel. But yes, you're right. He's married to a Filipina. Okay. Stacy J says, should I take the job at Interboro or Kingsbrook? I don't see much of a difference. For some reason, Interboro sounds good, but it's up to you because I don't see much of a difference. Okay, good luck, Stacy J. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there is a difference. The only thing that can be one maybe offer a little more than the other. Can you please call me Stacy J, because is that there is one that might have offer you a little more. Hi Mario, Elizondo. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for questions. Yes, Davis 84 J says, yeah, the emotion can turn into a physical chaos instead of a peaceful protest. Some are good at controlling emotional behavior. Yes, that's one thing that I'm very concerned about. That's well put. I didn't think about, yeah, that's the right way to put it, because if you look at how aggressive, and I can see Miller behind all this, instructing Norm, to tell these people they don't back down. Because if you guys remember the last time he was on CNN, the way he was saying, well, how the world, as he sees the world is about force, fighting, basically annihilate your opponent. So people like Miller, he doesn't see American citizen who has political or policy disagreement with him, just like Senator who died from cancer a couple of years ago. I forget his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. He gave thumb down when they were trying to do away with the ACA. I forget his name right now, but you guys know who I'm talking about. But I can't remember his name yet. But some people, that's the way Miller sees life, black and white. Okay, and he doesn't understand. We are Americans, and we may have policy differences, but he wants to annihilate, he wants to kill, he wants to hurt those who are different from him. And that's where the danger is. And that's what you are watching some of those agents exhibiting, and that because they are told nothing can happen to you. You know what? I learned something today. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. And Congress, from what I understand, or they're trying to get Congress to change it. If a federal agent does anything, it's difficult to sue them if you can do anything at all. I don't remember exactly why the lawyer said that, but I was kind of surprised that they can, they can kill you if they want to, nothing you can do. Just like, well, in this situation, I feel the state is going to go after him. But a lot of people who have suffered at the hands of federal agents, nothing we can do. You can't sue them, you can't do anything. And in fact, they give an example of one of them who killed somebody somewhere. He got away with it. You know, I was surprised. But that's going to change. Again, those are the things that Congress is going to work on, you know. But yes, Davis, that's the way to put it. Emotion turn into physical chaos, and it's not good, but, you know, unfortunately, not everyone can control themselves. JRMQ3X says, Emilio, will I have peace in my apartment soon? My friend, I wish I could tell you. Unless the source of that's disturbing your peace moves, I don't feel it's going to be, I don't know what you mean by soon. If it's going to be next month, I doubt it. It's going to take longer. Esther he's saying, is Christy Norm feeling fear yet? Yes, it's not only Christy Norm that's feeling fear, my friend. Believe it or not, a lot of people in the Trump administration are feeling fear. Because, first of all, like this week, they did not expect for people to just, I mean, from what I understand, it's really cold in Minnesota. And there's protests all over the country. And not only that, they are beginning to worry what can happen. Because I don't remember, like I said earlier, I don't remember last time I saw Americans this angry. So, you know, this is not a good sign. Oh yes, there's chaos, fear, everything behind the scenes, yes. Okay, because this can change. And the political ramification is, let's watch the poll next week. Ho, ho, ho. This is definitely going to affect Trump's poll numbers. McCain, thank you, artist. Senator McCain. You know, like he said, you know, the one that woman was calling Obama a Muslim. He says, nope, nope, nope. You know, he's simply someone I have political disagreement, misunderstanding with, but he's a good man. There's no one to say this. I mean, I've not heard a Republican even come close to utter those words. In fact, I heard Thune earlier. I'm sure there are, according to some Democrats, some talking about those things. You know, I mean, how Trump is operating, but they won't go public with it. But my friends, what I remember Republicans in the 70s, those guys stood for America. Today I heard Thune speaking, saying Democrats have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, and well, let's see what happens. I'm going to stick with the prediction I made 6 or 7 years ago. They're all going to be voted out of office, more than I expected. As I always said, most of them. Now I'm going to say more than I expected. Okay. All right. November 004, any advice on if I should stay in my current career or move on? Now is the wrong time to move on, my friends. Stay on your, I don't feel now is the right time to move. I mean, obviously, for obvious reasons, because I'm being reminded of, once, it's not, I was much younger. I was in my 20s still, yeah. I left a job that it was secure. And I said, okay, I've gained enough experience. and I wasn't happy there. I didn't see a way for me to move up. I looked for another job. Oh yes, I mean, in those days, just like AI is hot today, in the 1970s, late 70s, 80s, computer jobs was like, you take your pick, you know. So I found another company, and after I quit that company, it was a pretty stable job. The next two jobs that I had, first of all, you're new. Number two, any little economic disturbance can cause major, bad financial situation for those companies, and then you find yourself being laid off or something. So right now, I feel like saying to you, prepare yourself for whatever next career you want to jump into. But right now, I feel you would be too vulnerable, and it's no reflection on your abilities. Okay? You start in a new place, it's a lot of risk. Not only, even if you're good, somebody doesn't like you for whatever reason or jealous. Any little stupid thing, you know what I mean? And I don't feel now is the right time. You make, wait, I know it's saying this won't make you happy, but the economy is going to get worse, okay? And it's going to make it tougher to find another job. It's bad already. It's going to be worse before it gets better, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Pat Star says, I heard there will be another No Kings protest on January 28th. I wouldn't be surprised because people are angry. And, it's a good way to, that's what the founding fathers gave us, I guess, the First Amendment. Please, those of you who are better than anybody's better at history than I am. You have an outlet, you can go out and peacefully express your displeasure. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Now it's a time to allow people, to make people feel, okay, I'm doing something, as opposed to keeping it bottled up and then erupt. Still, like I said earlier, still some people, this can trigger those who don't know how to channel. And believe me, guys, I'm not trying to say I'm perfect, but this can be tough for some people to handle. Okay? Adi says the law needs to be changed. I think you are referring to some, federal agents can get away with, Jersey Dog says qualified immunity. Yes. Okay. So, but I think that's coming. In fact, I think I heard, I don't remember which representative said that on MSNBC. They are working on changing some kind of something with those. I don't remember which one. I'm not, legal stuff is not my forte. Let's see. Kenneth Billingsley says, Miller, do you see Miller going to prison? I don't know if it will be for life, but Miller has a very rough road ahead of him. Yes, he'll go to prison. Hardy says, job data shows very low hiring. Yep. This month was bad. Even Fox News was complaining. Okay. Yvonne White says, Milu, if I let my daughter move back home, would everything be okay between us? Well, they're going to be grumbling, but that's your daughter. Give her a chance, I'm sure you know your daughter, so, but it's not going to be easy, to be honest. If it's going to affect your health, that's a whole different story. Okay, Yvonne? If it's going to affect your health, only you can determine that, then that's the only reason why I would say you can't do it now. Otherwise, expect her to do what daughters and sons do, things that make you unhappy sometimes. Okay? It's in the music. Diana says, Mary, do you see the medical facility I'm working for staying open? I think so. I don't see they've been downsizing and cutting corners in many areas. Yours is not the only one. A lot of places are, I heard in the news, yeah. But you know, if I'm not mistaken, and this is, I mean, I didn't see it closing as I was reading your question, but I heard there's some kind of bill a congressperson is putting together to prevent or keep more hospitals open, because this is having a devastating effect in some certain areas. So yeah, but even before I remember that, I didn't feel yours was going to close. So hang in there. Campbell says, hello, do you think my brother is going to understand that his girlfriend is a gold digger and leave her for good this year? Thank you. That's not what's going to make him, well, unless she takes his credit card, and other than that, they would break up for the reason. And then, yes, that would be part of the reason. But I don't feel it's going to be tomorrow. I feel it's going to be at least another year. Yeah, he'll realize. I mean, it's not. That's not the only thing that's going to cause them to break up. Okay, but yeah, they. I don't feel they are lifelong, or at least a very long partnership, because there are certain things that she does that gets to him. So let's see what happens. Keep me posted. But I would be surprised if they're still together around this time next year. All right. Let's see. Artist says, question, Peter is beginning to date a girl from his class. Good. Who asked him out. Her name is Kushi. What a name. Very beautiful and smart. Do you think it will become serious? Of course. It's, I think it's great. Her asking him out is because she's open to something serious. That's what it feels like to me. So tell him to go for it. I mean, get to know her. You know what I mean? When I say that. But no, I feel she's open to something serious. And she's been watching and paying attention to his behavior. It's not something he just, get up and say, this guy is good looking kid, like me, like myself, and I'm going to ask him out. No. Okay, I don't feel that's what motivated her. It's more than that. She watched him, his behavior and stuff like that. Okay, so wish him luck. All right, everyone. Somebody, oh my God. Somebody lost a brother. Sorry for your loss. Angie May, I don't know if she posted it, I didn't see it. But I agree with unconditional love, Taro. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmiro.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel and you are not a subscriber yet, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot, and it will, the algorithm will tend to show the video to more people, and that would in turn help me quite a bit. So please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, to like and share, and let people know about the channel, okay? So I'll see you all Monday evening. Till then, bye.